Hello, hello, hello again, my people, my family, my YouTube peoples, making another video for you. And in this video, I'm going to get this out of my beard. Whatever in the world. Oh, it's on the microphone. Okay. Uh, we're going to talk about the broker that I use, and this is why I think it's the best broker. This is for training only. This is not financial advice. If you need financial advice, go see a licensed professional, get some help. But listen, for real though, I think this is the best broker. They have an awesome uh, back office side of things where they can help you. You get tickets if you have something's wrong with your chart, something is not displaying correctly, whatever. They're on it and they're on it fast. They are constantly having security updates. So right now, this is the broker that I go with. I've had two brokers in the past, but I love these guys the most. And there'll be a link to the broker below if you want to check it out. But let me show you why I like it the best. So we are going to share my screen here. All right. And then we are going to bring up my broker. It is called Carbon Capital. And you could find it by going on the link below hand. The reason why this broker is so nice is it has what's called it has I guess it's an EA. It's called Lifelines Engulfing. Okay. When you have the lifelines engulfing on your chart, it gives you these swing markers. Now, let me click on this swing marker and let me show you the rest of the inputs. Okay. It does have lifelines, and lifelines are moving averages. It's their own formula. I'm not going to go into how that formula is created because, to be honest with you, I don't know. But I do know that I've tried to mimic their formula and I cannot do it on TradingView. We're going to put in here 50, 100, 200 so you can get a view of what that looks like. And we hit OK. There's our lifelines. Okay, so if you can see, well, actually what I'm going to do then is I'm going to make these a little bit thicker. So we'll make the second one, the 100, a bit thicker. And we'll make the 200 even thicker. Okay, here we go. Now, have you not seen a better looking trend line? Excuse me, moving average, because it changes colors when it lets you know when it has shifted. Again, this is their own proprietary algorithm stuff. So if you're in a situation where you see all three trend lines, you know you're in a bull market. Duh. When you see the 100 switch and start to sell off, and then it goes red, and then it crosses the 200, and then it goes red, you're in a bear market. So look at how the lifelines change colors. So if you're a person who likes to trade and using moving averages, sorry if I say lifelines, if you like to use moving averages, this is the best moving average that there is. It changes colors for you. You can, you can't adjust if it's simple or exponential or weighted, whatever. You can't adjust it. It's their own thing. And I don't know how they do it, but it's awesome. It's the best trend lines that I've seen. Okay. At the same time, let's do this. Let's just turn these off for now. Let's just delete all this. If I can delete it, hopefully 0. We're going to go through these one by one. 0, 0, 0. Lifelines, alerts. Okay, so it'll send you alert to your MetaTrader on your phone if the lifelines align, right? If they're all going in the same direction, and then if all the colors agree. So if you're a person, let's say all the colors agree, and they're all going up, and now they're all green, and when this last 200 switches to green, it'll send you an alert. How cool is that, right? Swing markers, as we can show now, I told you those are the dots. Those are true. Channel Surfer. Let's look at Channel Surfer. Channel Surfer. This is their, God, what's the name of it off the top of my head? You guys know what it's called. It's the Bollinger Bands. This is their Bollinger Bands. Okay. So if you're a person who likes to trade when the market gets to the exterior of the Bollinger Bands and you like to incorporate that into your strategy, well, sell, bottom, buy, bottom, buy, bottom, buy, top, sell, bottom, buy. I mean, look at this. I mean, seriously, top, sell, bottom. It bought up, it came back down, gave you another bottom, buy again. There's your top. So it wasn't the greatest sell, but you had to protect. Here's another top. So I mean, look at these Bollinger Bands. And is this not an awesome Bollinger Band? Let's click it again. Let's see what else we got in here. We'll turn channel surfer off. Inner band. Okay, here we go. For the channel surfer, inner band and outer band alert. It'll send you alert to your MetaTrader if one of those bands, the inner band is the yellow dot, if it gets broken on either side, it'll send you alert. Same thing for the outer band. It'll send you an alert. So if you only want to trade when it really goes outside the outer band, bingo. All right. Engulfing zone might take a little bit more to explain. Let's zoom in. So it'll give you lines when the last time the bear and the bull candle was engulfed, and it will show you that line. Again, I don't really use these, and so I would have to sit here and really look at this. And I'm guessing it's here, but where's this buy? Okay, so if that candle, yeah, I don't really understand how that green line was produced. It looks like the red line was produced right here because that was a sell candle, and then that buy candle engulfed it. So then last time a buy candle got engulfed, perhaps it's this, that's at the top of this last buy candle. And I don't know. I don't use the engulfing zones, but if you go on Carbon Capital, they have videos, instructional videos on all of these things. So if you're new, that's not really the point of this video, is to dive in deep into each one of their, I hesitate to call them indicators, but they are kind of indicators. Um, that's not the point of this video. I'm just showing you what they have. Okay. So they do have an engulfing zone. So if you like to wait for a candle to be completely engulfed before you go against it, you can use these engulfing zones to help you do that. All right. So there is their Lifelines engulfing. Again, you could change the colors. You could change, allow modifications to cells, whatever. You can go here and mess with it. The other thing I wanted to show you that I've never seen anywhere else. Everyone knows you could do let me turn this off. Everyone knows you can do buy and sell limits, buy and sell stops. Okay. You set a line. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Templates. Go back here. I don't know. Everyone knows you could just set a normal horizontal line. Let's just say right here. And you could right click on here. You can go trading. You could go buy, sell limit, buy, sell stop, whatever. And it's basically that is the horizontal line. But check this out. If you draw a trend line, and this is the real reason, here it is. Here's the sauce of why this broker is the best. And you can draw a trend line from dot to dot. No other broker is going to give you these dots. This is the only one that does this. Okay. Let's say you're a trend line trader and you draw a line dot to dot. Actually, on US 30, which we're showing right now, it's better to draw the dots on a 30-minute time scale. So there's your 30-minute dot. Okay. You can come into this trend line, right click and go to properties. Now I can name it under description, either buy or sell. Okay. So in this situation, I'd like to make this sell. Okay. So there it is. We have that. And if you look right here, it says sell. Okay. If you can see it right there, that says sell. What this is going to do is when this price action up here in this area breaks that trend line and closes below, again, we can change this, but if it closes below, it's automatically going to enter you into a sell. This is your EA. Okay. So if you're a person who works a lot and you don't have time to babysit these, you can come in here at the beginning of the week or beginning of the day or morning, whatever, set your trend lines and type buy or sell, and it will get you in a trade. So let's say you like this right here, right? Dot to dot. You could have maybe done this first dot. That's not that, I mean, you were in some profit, but it came down and gave you a double bottom. Or you could have done this dot. Okay. It would have got you into that trade right there. It would have got you in. So you would have double clicked on this. You would have went to properties and you would have labeled this buy, EUY, UY, and you would hit OK. It would automatically get you into buys. Okay, so now let's look at how, like, what you're asking, like, well, how does it know what to do? Here we go. We click on the top right. This is your inputs. Okay. Again, Carbon Capital has full videos and how all this stuff works. But just know that you can make it a trend line, which we're using. You can make the trend line like if the candle closes on the other side of the trend line, which is the one I prefer, or you can make it candle open, which means as soon as the candle touches the trend line, a wick, it doesn't matter. You're in the trade. You could have it send you a signal to your phone or to your MT5 in your computer. You could have it take your trade or close your trade. That's why we labeled it. Well, both of those are buy sells, which are take my trade. But again, you could do the exact opposite. You could say, okay, we're in a buy from right here, right? Let's say we took that trade and now we're in a buy. Well, then you could set another trend line from here to here. Okay. Well, we're just making that trend line up, or even better yet, before we make that trend line, just know that this is like a pretty good trend line and you like that angle. Just drag that trend line over to here. Okay. Instead of putting sell, put close. All right. Close. And now we have this EA set up to close my trade. Bingo. Done. So now you will stay in this trade until the price at some point breaks that trend line. It's managing it for you. Okay. Even better. Even better. Look at this. Close my trade. Okay. Alerts. Magic number. You could have multiple trend lines and use magic number again. You could look that up. Start hour, finish hour. That means if you don't want this EA to work during Asian session, you could set it up that way, or London, whatever. You could set it up to work during your time frames. Triggers, we already did that. Trend line, open, close, we did that. Pip gap protection. Um, it it moves it into protection. So again, let the videos just talk about that more. Take profit. If you know you want to hit 100 pips and you're out, you can put right here 100 pips. If you know you want a stop loss of 50 pips, put it in. And once it takes the trade, it automatically set your stop loss for you at 50 pips. Or you could do a default stop loss. It will be below the current day, previous day, or the weekly low. So whatever the weekly low is, it'll put your stop loss below that. How much? Right here. You get to decide how much below or above, if you're selling, it'd be above that swing marker you want it to do. You can decide how many pips. So once this goes into 50 pips of profit, it protects. How many pips do you want it to protect? You want it to protect 10 pips. That way, you're at least making 10 pips of profit if it does turn against you. Pullback stop, pullback trail stop. As this thing goes into profit, more profit, more profit, more profit, it will trail with a stop loss that moves up with it. Okay. And that's dependent on the time frame. So it goes candle by candle. So if you're on a 30-minute time frame, it waits for that 30-minute candle to close. Then tell you you could tell you how many pips you want it to be behind. So if you're in 50 pips of profit and you got 10, you're protecting at 10 pips, you're really trailing the market by 40. You could then put that on here, pips behind 40. So every time it hits another 40, it just brings up that stop loss with it, right? Pullback time frame is going to be current because it's going to go off your current 30-minute chart here, whatever chart you want, but you get to pick. Okay, you can put on 1 minute. So as long as if this thing goes 41 pips, and you had your stop loss set at 40 pips, you put on the 1 minute, and then boom, you're out. This is your management half lot to close. So if you hit a certain percentage, it'll close half your trade and leave runners, right? Lot size, again, you get to pick. You want to enter a full lot, half a lot, mini, micro, whatever. Or you could do percentage. If you want to take a trade, like I have mine set for 3%. If I use this, I'm taking a 3%. Maybe yours is the 1%, whatever. Again, all of these go into much greater detail on Carbon Capital's page. They have full breakdowns of all this. I'm just showing you quick overview. Okay. So that's why I think this is the best broker. They have great customer service. Never had a problem withdrawing. They show you the analytics. They have Spreadsheets, you can break out all your pages. So if in the tax season or something like that, you want to be able to print up all your trades and do your own analytics, you can print up a Excel spreadsheet, save it, do whatever. Gives you the dots, dude. Nowhere else gives you the dots. Okay. Nowhere else has these dots. And if you are a trendline trader, there is no better place for you to learn how to trade trend lines than sitting here and looking at these dots. Okay. Bingo. Maybe that is a pretty decent trade. It came back up. It retest. I mean, look at that. Dot to dot. It retested the trend line and then sank again. You could have took that trade too. Broke. Bingo. You're in a win. You're in a winning trade there. You could just keep drawing these trend lines back and forth, up, down, up, down. You can go to smaller time frames. The dots change. Okay. I know a lot of people on, let's say, on Forex trades. Let's look at a different pair here. That's the GJ trade we were talking about earlier. Let's go to, let's just do UJ. I don't think there's any trade. So let's go to templates. Okay. So here we go. So if you're going to trade Forex, I've been told a lot of times that the 1 hour chart is better for Forex. Okay. Dot to dot. We're waiting for this to break before we take that trade. Let's go to the 2 hour chart just so we can see what the over, there it is. And so if we come out, dude, dot to dot, okay, you would have entered this trade if you would have used the EA right there and you'd be in profit. Okay. You would be in profit. Look at this dot. There's the lowest dot. I mean, you could have run to that dot and caught that move. You could redraw your trend line to this dot. That's the actual. Now, now that we're looking back on it, dot, 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 break. You got a little trade there. Came back up. It's basically just kind of jumping on top of this trend line. That's why it's hitting and then popped off. Again, this is on the 2 hour. You come into the 1 hour. There's probably a smaller dot to dot that you could have went into. It's not going to show it. Here we go. There's a dot to dot to dot right there, and then that's a better entry, right? So we'll just again, this is not a strategy video. This is just teaching or showing how the dot to dot lines up and then breaks, and then you're off to the races, right? So then what else you can do is you can just grab the trend line that looks like this. Sorry for that. Let's grab this trend line. And now that you're in a winning trade from here, you know that the other trend line looks something like that. Now that's a little too much, right? That's a little too crazy. But we could draw a trend line like this, and then we could label it close. And then when that breaks, it closes you out. This entire time you have had a trailing stop loss, and you've been making money the whole time. So that's the video that I wanted to show. Okay. The link to the broker will be below. The link to the funded account that I use will be below. I have a video on funded accounts and why I think if you're a new trader, you should be using a funded account. I still use a funded account. I like it. I have both, as you can see. So let me stop sharing this. So give them a check out. Carbon Capital, they have their own videos. They have, I don't really want to say signals, but they do have a signals on there. They have economic calendar, support, live training videos. If you need to learn about trend lines, you learn about Fibonacci's, you need all kinds of training stuff is on there. Okay. But that's the reason why I use Carbon Capital. I suggest you check them out. No other broker has those cool lifelines and has those cool dots. The dots are super important. It's also helpful when you're drawing fibs. That's how I trade. All right, you guys, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Please like, please subscribe. It helps out with the algorithms. It helps me grow this channel because that's what it's all about, is growing this channel so we can make some of that chat up, baby. All right, you guys have a good night.